I love that line. He's supposed to get 2 titles for beating Earl Anthony.
Yeah, I mean, I think the most famous picture that I can recall about Don was when he bowled 299 at the 1970 Tournament of Champions Finals. Don was also my coach, and he was one of a kind. And with no disrespect to Coach Fred Borden, Coach John Jowdy, Don Johnson was ahead of his time when it came to coaching. He was truly the best.
You're not going to tell me his nickname?
The Kokomo Kid.
I love when you say the Kokomo Kid. I don't know why. All right, we begin. Match number 2. Brian Kretzer, a local boy from Dayton, will start us off. Drops the opening wrap.
Very impressive what he's done. Like I said in the first match, Brian Kretzer, known for throwing the big slow curve, has worked for 4 years on perfecting a straighter shot, using it today. And wouldn't it be crazy he wins his first title throwing the ball straight?
There's Mike Scroggins. He's done very well at the 4 majors this season. Scroggy, 9th at the World Championship, 25th at the TOC, 4th at the Masters, and 2nd at last week's U.S. Open.
Boy, you would think this would be a big advantage for Mike Scroggins, being the only left-hander out there.
Osku Palermo, his goal to bowl full-time on the PBA Tour next season. A win today would get him there.
Yep, we both asked him, hey, if you win, you get the exemption. Are you coming over full-time? He said, absolutely.
Scroggins cleans that one up. Brian Kretzer has gone 166 career events without a victory, 2nd most among current exempt players. Big moment for him, and maybe more so for his family. Leaves the 10. I asked him about that streak, and he said, it doesn't even affect me. I've won titles on 3 continents. I've won some big payday tournaments. That won't define me. If anything, I'm playing for my family. It'll mean more for my mom, it'll mean more for my wife, more for my kids. Scroggins leaves the 7. And the 43-year-old Brian Kretzer.
Brian does have some good karma in this building. He did win a regional tournament just a couple years ago. It was on the cheetah pattern, but a win's a win.
Scroggins has made the last 3 TV single shows. Cleans up the 7. Osku Palermo made the telecast today after receiving a commissioner's exemption to bowl this event, and he had great success at the World Series bowling. Trick shot. How about the 2-handed over the chair, shred the rack?
Yeah, that's not a 12-pounder. That's a 15-pounder.
He's the first player in PBA history to ever make the TV finals after receiving a commissioner's exemption. Do you like the idea that he was given that exemption?
Without question. I mean, this guy, prior to coming into this week, bowled in Dubai, where he won. He went from Dubai to Barcelona last weekend during the U.S. Open, went home to Sweden for a day, and then came here.
And I'm pretty sure there's not a direct flight from Sweden to Columbus, Ohio. I could be wrong.
I'm with you on that.
Kretzer. Face of that one. Again, the low man of these 3 will be eliminated, and then we'll have our title match. Scroggins, back-to-back spares. Osku with a strike spare.
I think that broke the speed limit in this neighborhood, that shot there.
I think I was breaking it as well earlier today. Kretzer down 2. Picks up the spare. For Kretzer, this is his 3rd top 15 finish of the season and his 2nd in the top 10. Entered the week 44th place on the PBA point list, outside of the cut line for being an exempt player next season on the tour, but this week's outing has moved him in the positive direction. Scroggins looking for his first strike in match number 2 and finds it in the 3rd frame.
I asked Mike Scroggins, I said, Mike, compare this oil pattern to last week's U.S. Open oil pattern. He said, well, kind of felt like I was bowling on a house shot this week. It's amazing. No letdown from his runner-up finish. At some point, Mike's not exactly a spring chicken. You gotta hit the wall.
Palermo gets a late kick on the 7 to drop all 10. And Palermo, he won match number 1. He's on top of match number 2 through 3 frames. The conclusion of match number 2. When we return to Columbus, this is the PBA Live.